All right, the attempts of yesterday caused me today to just sit down and just sort of mess around and figure it out. I figured out a way to do it, not like the way to do it. And so the way that this video is going to work is very similar to yesterday's video, where I'm going to try to speak very minimally so that the cricket doesn't have a lot of like audio time on the mic. I still haven't been able to like track it down where it is precisely to just kind of get rid of it. But so what I found out was first got to set up the scene. And so for time, because I'm not really focused on the caustics or really like the shading this time around, I'm worried about the spatial effect that I was trying to do with the dinosaur last time. So we still need our actor for that. Now at this point, I just need the right camera angle before we go into like what I was messing up last time. Okay, so now we get to the part where I get absolutely confused and lost no matter how many videos I pull up, no matter how many people attempt to um, explain this to my ears. Um, we open up this little doohickey. So what this is a holdout. Um, and so what I can do with this is I can either tell Blender to have the cube become a holdout, or I can have the supposedly the dinosaur, but it appears that I can't just select the mass collection. I have to, for some reason, actually find where the mesh lives and do that one. Okay. So, the reason why I do that is now why would I want this guy to be, I forget. Okay, in any case, last time the way that I did this was I actually, even though I did all this wonderful little shading job on the cube, I can't do that. Also, I need these to not be there. Okay, so we got that, we got that. Got these down here, and the area light should be down here too. Okay, so we did all this wonderful shading job. Awesome. We have to take that away. So all we're really looking for, I need the spine to actually be slightly lower. So let's do something like, maybe not from there though. Just squish it down. Cheating. Now, normally we wouldn't have to save it because there's a compositing thing that we do later, but I'm doing it kind of the lazy way and, like, I guess the longer way to do it. And so we're going to enter the compositing, but with a few extra steps. Okay, so at this point we have two images. One that's a cookie cutter of this thing with space, and the other one that has space and a filling. So, and this is the cheap way that I found out doing it, because there is a way to do it with like this section over here. Hold on, I get to finally use this feature. There is a way to do it with this section over here in view layer. Where I could have one layer be like the holdout section, but it includes the dinosaur, and then another section that holds out the dinosaur but includes the environment section. Again, that's explanation that I've heard over and over and over again, and it just doesn't really ever sink in. And I wish it would, because it looks so much more professional and probably more efficient. But this is the way that I found that I accomplished the image that I wanted. But it does come with a drawback, and I'll get to that later. So we get to use nodes. And we have our render layer, which we're not actually going to be using because we're dealing with images. Okay, and then I think I can actually get rid of this guy. So again, we've got this one and that one, and then I think I did a mix. Do this one on top, I think, and then this one on bottom. Nope, this way. So now, how did this work? So now, if I move all of my work off to the side a little bit, this is kind of what I wanted to achieve before, where it's like you could kind of see that there is a world beyond, but our environment is contained within this little environmental slice. So this is also not really like a part of it. Like really, when I did the dinosaur render, I should have had a different background within these sections here. So within these sections here. But I didn't do that. But yeah, so then I would just render this. Okay, so last night all I did was this, and I hit render. But as it's doing its sampling, why is this leg still visible? Oh, okay, there it goes. Cool. All right. So it's messy, but it gets there. Now, the drawback that I mentioned was, and I'll just take my face away for this one. You don't have to see my face for this part. But the drawback to this is if I wanted to do an animated turnaround. So if I wanted to have this thing pivot to kind of make, give you that Twilight Zone, oh, this is actually a slice of dimension that is like floating through existential space. That's not possible with this, unless I guess I could do however many frames of the two images that I composited together and then animate all of that as kind of like a stop motion sequence. Maybe. But I feel like the methods that were attempted to be absorbed by the other like YouTubers and all the other people that are a lot more professional at this, I feel like their method would actually allow for, just to go directly from Blender Compositor instead of having to go Blender Compositor, image sequence, compositor, re-render, finished product. So with that, I'll leave that there, and we'll try to do something different tomorrow. Ay, ay, ay.